AI, AI. It's everywhere right now. You can't scroll for 5 minutes without tripping over it. It's gotten so accessible that some kid who saved $60 skipping lunch can now build his own app over a weekend. But today we're not talking about what AI can do. We're talking about where it simply can't reach, the jobs that are going to outlive every clever line of code and every GPU on the planet. Let's get into it. Everyone's a little on edge right now. New headline every week. AI took this job. AI's coming for that industry. AI just did in 10 seconds what used to take a whole department. And honestly, some of that panic is fair. But there's one specific category of work that AI cannot touch. Not probably won't get to it eventually. Cannot. Structurally, physically, legally cannot. So we built a list, the 10 most human-proof jobs on the planet right now. And stick around for the ending, because number 1 comes with a massive plot twist. Let's start at 10. No AI is running into a burning building, period. Firefighting is pure chaos. Zero visibility, structures collapsing, people screaming, decisions made in half a second based on stuff no sensor picks up. And on top of that, it needs something no algorithm has: the willingness to risk your own life for a total stranger. You can engineer a robot that survives heat better than skin. You cannot code the instinct to run toward danger instead of away from it. Picture a robot crawling under your kitchen sink, in the dark, in a gap built for a human forearm, trying to fix a pipe that's leaking straight onto its own circuit board. Not happening. Every house is built a little differently and a little wrong, held together by whatever the last guy had in his truck. These jobs run on physical dexterity in cramped spaces and constant improvisation, and with electrical work specifically, one wrong move doesn't just look bad, it burns the house down. AI can help read a wiring diagram. It's not the one on the ladder at 7 a.m. This is physical, sensory, deeply emotional work, usually on someone's worst day. AI helps in the background, flagging drug interactions, predicting complications, running the schedule, but holding a scared patient's hand before surgery, noticing something's off that isn't on any chart yet, repositioning someone in bed so they don't get pressure sores. That takes touch and years of built-up instinct. And with the world aging fast, this job isn't shrinking, it's exploding. The courtroom isn't a math problem with one right answer. It's reading intent, weighing contradictory human testimony, applying messy precedent to situations no textbook covers. But here's the real issue. Even if an AI could spit out a statistically optimal sentence, no society is ready to let a machine send someone to prison. Justice needs more than a decision. It needs legitimacy. And legitimacy only comes from a person you can question, appeal against, and hold accountable. You can't appeal to a server rack. Sounds like an easy target, right? Just listen and respond thoughtfully. Except the entire value of therapy is trust and legal accountability, and a chatbot has neither. People use AI to vent, sure, that's fine as a supplement, but actual clinical treatment, crisis intervention, real long-term therapy that needs a licensed human who's answerable for your well-being. In a world getting more anxious and more online by the day, demand for real therapists is climbing, not dropping. Same story, different tools. This work lives entirely in the physical world, cutting, welding, fitting things that are never perfectly uniform, using strength and feel that robotics still can't pull off outside a controlled factory line. A mechanic doesn't just follow a manual, they listen to an engine, they catch a vibration that's slightly off. They improvise when the correct fix doesn't apply to a 19-year-old car with 3 previous owners' worth of bad decisions baked in. Quick gut check. Would you hand scissors to a robot, near your ears, working off just take a little off the top, make it natural, you know what I mean? Hairdressing is precision on a moving human head. plus reading what someone actually wants versus what they're saying out loud, which, let's be real, are often two completely different things. It's social too. People keep the same barber for years, not because nobody else can cut hair, but for the conversation and the trust. Software doesn't replicate that. Here's a twist. AI is genuinely great at teaching facts. It'll explain algebra 100 different ways until it clicks. But early education isn't really about information. It's supervision, emotional development, breaking up a fight over a crayon, quietly modeling how to be a decent human. No parents leaving their kindergartner alone with a screen for 8 hours and calling it school. This job is part teacher, part childcare, part therapist, part crowd control, and that combo doesn't automate easily. Construction sites and factory floors run on chaos. Weather delays, missing materials, someone calling in sick, an inspector showing up unannounced. Handling that in real time means reading people and making calls where the right answer changes hour by hour. AI can help with scheduling and forecasts. It can't stand on a muddy job site at 6 a.m. and talk two annoyed crews into working together for the rest of the week. This job is about managing humans, not managing data, and managing humans is stubbornly human work.
It is time to celebrate! Look, the number one!
And finally, number one, the job you've all been waiting for, designers.
You serious?
Designers. The classic joke answer for safe from AI forever, because no client on Earth has ever known what they actually want. AI gives them exactly what they asked for, and they still say make it pop more. Bigger but also smaller, and I'll know it when I see it. 9 more times before lunch. Reading a client's mind when the client doesn't know their own mind genuinely used to be the most human job on this list. Used to be. Here's the twist. AI image generation didn't just get good, it got fast, cheap, and scarily competent at exactly that make-it-pop iteration clients love asking for. A small business owner who used to hire a freelancer for a logo now spends 10 minutes with an AI tool and has 50 options before their coffee's cold. Marketing teams that used to commission graphics for every post now generate them in-house, in seconds, no designer in the room. Entry-level and mid-level design, logos, social graphics, basic branding, simple mock-ups has gotten crushed fast, and almost nobody called it 2 years ago. So why is this actually the number one warning, not a punchline? Because designers have something none of the other 9 jobs have. Their entire output is digital, visual, and endlessly reproducible, which is literally what generative AI is built to do. A plumber's job is physically stuck to a pipe. A designer's job is a file, and files are exactly what AI eats for breakfast. What's still safe is the top tier, original brand strategy, deep UX research, creative direction that needs real understanding of a business and its story, not just make a nice image, but the volume work that used to support thousands of freelancers and junior in-house designers. That layer's getting hollowed out right now, while everyone was still busy calling designers the safest job in the world. So if you're a designer watching this isn't meant to scare you for no reason. It's a heads up. The tools you're competing with aren't coming someday. They're already here, already good, and the market's already adjusting. The designers who'll be fine are moving up into strategy and direction, the thinking part of the job. The ones staying purely in production work are, ironically, standing closer to the automation line than the firefighters and plumbers we started with. And that's the list. 9 genuinely human-proof jobs, and one that used to be the punchline of every AI will never replace this joke, right up until it quietly became one of the first casualties. The real lesson isn't about one profession, it's that creative and safe from AI stopped meaning the same thing. If your job is physical, high stakes, or fundamentally about managing other humans, you're in good shape. If your job is a file that lives on a screen, it's worth figuring out fast which part of what you do actually can't be automated, and doubling down on exactly that. If this made you rethink your own job a little, subscribe for more like this, and drop a comment. Did number 1 surprise you, or did you already see it coming?